Lesson 27. 27th lesson. The students talk together on food. Scene: Mr. Priestley's study. Hob, Mr. Priestley, Olaf, Lucille, Frida, Jan, Pedro. Hob: can we have a talk this morning? Sir, about food, about breakfasts and lunches and dinners, and so on? It is a subject that interests me very much. Mr. Priestley: certainly. Hob: but Lizzie could tell you more about this. She is the person who cooks our meals. Hob: what did she cook for breakfast today, sir? Mr. Priestley: we had fruit, boiled eggs, toast, bread and butter, marmalade, and tea. Olaf: I had a breakfast this morning that I enjoyed very much, a cereal, bacon and eggs, marmalade, toast, coffee. I think there is nothing like an English breakfast. Cereal equals a food made from grain, e.g. corn flakes. Lizzie the cook. Lucille: no bacon and eggs in the morning for me, thank you. My breakfast is always rolls and coffee. Frida: you can't drink English coffee, can you? Lucille: luckily, at my hotel, there is a cook who is French, so I can drink the coffee. Mr. Priestley: so you don't like English coffee? Lucille: oh, no, English people can't make good coffee. Olaf: that's true. Their bacon, their bread, their butter, their tea are always good, their coffee is always bad. Mr. Priestley: where must I go to get good coffee? Lucille: come to France, we always make good coffee there. Jan: I like Polish coffee, our coffee is always good. Olaf: come and taste the coffee that we make in Sweden. There is none like it. Frida: we make lovely coffee in Switzerland, coffee with thick cream in it. Mr. Priestley: Pedro, you know many countries. You must give us your ideas. Pedro: well, the coffee of South America is really first class. Then I got some Egyptian coffee in Cairo that I enjoyed very much. I drank some good coffee in Turkey. The Dutch know how to make coffee. It is always good in Portugal. Mr. Priestley: and what about England? Pedro: in England I always drink tea. Mr. Priestley: thank you. I now know where I can get good coffee. All the students: where is it, sir? It is in my country, isn't it? Mr. Priestley: it seems to be in all countries except England. Hob: do you know the story about the man who was having breakfast in an English hotel? He took a drink from his cup and then said to the waiter, "Waiter, is this tea or coffee?" The waiter said, "Can't you tell the difference, sir, by the taste?" "No," the man said, "I can't." "Well," answered the waiter, "if you can't tell the difference, what does it matter which it is?" Pedro: I think there is a sameness about English dinners that makes them uninteresting. Boiled potatoes, roast beef that is often burned or not cooked enough, cabbage that is watery and tasteless. Watery equals with too much water in it. Olaf: well, you can say what you like, but give me my English breakfast and English food generally. Jan: I think Olaf is right. Good roast beef, nicely browned roast potatoes, and, Hob, interrupting, I know a song about roast beef. Sings, oh, the roast beef of Old England. And oh, for Old England's roast beef. I am sorry, that is the only line that I know. Lucille: we are not sorry. The line that you sang was quite enough. Jan: as I was saying when Hob interrupted me, where can you get roast beef like English beef? Olaf: or mutton like English mutton. He could add, or Scotch beef, or Welsh mutton. Pedro: or soup like English hotel soup. Nowhere, thank heaven. Hob: do you know the story of the man who was having soup in an English hotel? The waiter gave it to him and then, looking out of the window, said to the man, "It looks like rain, sir." "Yes," said the man, as he took a spoonful of soup, "and it tastes like rain." 2. It looks like rain means, it looks as if it is going to rain. The man gives the words another meaning, i.e., the soup looks as if it is rain, and tastes as if it is rain. It looks like rain, sir. Jan, soup doesn't matter to me if I get some good beef and potatoes and then some bread and cheese and butter. After a lunch like that, I can work all day. Hob, after a lunch like that, I can sleep all afternoon. Pedro, the hotel that I am staying at is really quite good. We have, Hob, again interrupting, talking about hotels. Do you know this story about King George III of England? He was in the country one day and stopped at a small hotel for lunch. He wasn't very hungry, so he had only 2 boiled eggs. He ate them and asked for the bill. The landlord gave him the bill, £2. The king said, "What? £2 for 2 eggs? Eggs must be very scarce here." "No, sir," said the landlord. "Eggs are not scarce, but kings are." Lucille, oh, Hob, that's an old story. You will see it in every English book for foreign students. We can't laugh at that. The White Horse Hotel, Jokestown. Landlord, John Bull. Eggs, butter, cheese. April 1st. For 2 eggs, boiled. £2. Hob, oh, you ought to be like my Uncle Ben. Lucille, why, what is so good about him? Hob, I'll tell you. Here is a little poem that I wrote about him and his wife Berta. Uncle Ben. Aunt Berta. A dear old man is my Uncle Ben. He knows the joke but he laughs again. He's quite unlike his wife, Aunt Berta, who looks as if the joke has hurt her. Pronunciation drill. 3 sounds for practice. U, U, R, put, pull, full, good. Foot, wood, book, tuck, look. Cook, stood, push, cut, woman. Football, sugar, who, to, do, whose, food. Move, moon, choose, soon, cool. School, blue, true, fruit, through, cup. Sun, love, none, rough. Young, much, come, done, wonder, money. Monday, something, comfortable, enough. Exercises. Exercise 1. Put in the words omitted. 1. Food is a subject that me very much. 2. I had a breakfast this morning that I very much. 3. Lucille's breakfast is always and coffee. 4. If you can't tell the difference, what does it it is? 5. The man took KS of his soup. 6. Come with me for dinner some evening. 7. The L gave him the bill. 8. Eggs must be very here. 9. This is an English book for students. 10. You to be like my Ben. Exercise 2. Answer the following questions. 1. What subject interests Hob very much? 2. Who cooks the Priestley's breakfast? 3. What food in England is always good? 4. Where did Mr. Priestley say he could get good coffee? 5. What country does the cook at Lucille's hotel come from? 6. What was the waiter's answer when the man asked if he was drinking tea or coffee? 7. When the man said he could not tell the difference, what was the waiter's answer? 8. What did the waiter, as he looked through the window, say to the man having soup? 9. What was the man's answer? 10. What did Jan say that he liked for lunch? 11. About which king of England does Hob tell the story? 12. Where was the king? 13. Where did he stop? 14. What did he ask for? 15. Who gave him the bill? 16. How much was the bill? 17. What did the king say? 18. What was the landlord's answer? 19. What did Lucille say about Hobbes' story? 20. What was Hobbes' answer? Exercise 3. Use each of these words in a sentence. 1. Food. 2. Marmalade. 3. Luckily. 4. Cream. 5. First class. 6. Taste. 7. Watery. 8. Burned. 9. Interrupt. 10. Landlord. 11. Scarce. 12. Joke. 13. Laugh. 14. Hurt. 15. Hungry. Exercise 4. Say or write 4 things that you have for breakfast and 4 that you have for dinner. Exercise 5. Describe how to make coffee or tea. Exercise 6. With 2 students to take the parts of the waiter and the man with the cup of tea, coffee. Repeat the conversation of Hobbes' story. Exercise 7. Do the same. With the waiter and the man taking soup. B. With George III and the landlord. Exercise 8. Without your book, repeat Hobbes' poem. Dictation. Mr. Priestley speaking. Food is a subject that interests me. I like food that is good and well cooked. I dislike as much as Pedro does watery cabbage. Soup that looks and tastes like rain, and beef or mutton that is burned or not cooked enough. But when you get real English beef and mutton, bread and cheese, eggs and bacon, there is no food so good anywhere. I don't know any apple that has a better taste than a good English one, and no other cup of tea ever tastes as good to me as tea that is made in England. I can quite believe that the soup that Pedro had at the hotel hadn't much taste. But I am sure that if Jan and Olaf had dinner in the home of any ordinary Scottish family when they were walking in Scotland, they had good soup. They will never taste better vegetable soup than they had then. Scotch broth. I know that coffee is not good in most English hotels, but it is good in many English homes when it is made with fresh coffee by people who know how to make it, and, so that you can see that this is true. My wife is going to bring us all coffee in my study tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. Thank you very much for the likes, and subscribe to our channel.